give you a bit of a demo and discussion about the various parts that we build. So currently what we've got here is the H22, which is the ASG version of the KC02 with the Hera Harms H22 stock. So parts are fully compatible with all of our parts, the same as the KC02. So we'll start with the basic. This is the H22 basic gun. The package comes from ASG direct with this case. Inside the case, it's pick and plug with a magazine and your base rifle, one of our stickers, and a nice bit of literature. So it comes in 3 colours, black, green and tan. So straight away what we've got there is you've got a nice case. Secondly, what we have here is you have a genuine Hera Arms stock. This is not a clone, this has been modified for the Airsoft version with a few tweaks. There's a slight recess here which the real steel doesn't have, and it's been slightly widened to fit. So exactly what you'd get if you bought the ASG Special Teams carbine, you are getting a KC02. Semi-automatic, gas-powered, gas blowback rifle. Really, really good out of the box, but it has a lot more potential. That's where we come into play. So we make various parts. As you can see, we've got lots of shiny, different things here. I'll go through them. So we've broken it down into tiers. The reason we've broken it down into tiers is that we can then break down what upgrades to go through. So a tier 1 here, this is a tier 1 but with the heavy bolt set. We do a stainless steel bolt and piston which gives it more recoil, but it's less gas efficient. We also do the aluminium version. So this in here has got a bolt carrier, a piston, it's got an end pass, it's got the CNC top rail, some barrel stabilizers, mag release and a flash hider. This is your stage 1. The reason why we do this as a stage 1 is it's the bolt and piston mainly. The bolt and piston will give you nearly double the gas efficiency on a standard setup, plus the original ones, the bolts will break eventually. So what we've done is we did 12 variations of the bolts before we released it. We're now on version 14. Each version has been an improvement on the original design. Now the front end of the bolt doesn't break off, we've got better efficiency and it runs smoother. So that's our tier 1. Our top dead center mod there is a larger version of the original design with a 20 micron adjustment. So that build there is going to get you more efficiency. It's going to get you running out there straight away without any real issues. The next stage is we go a bit higher. So we're now on stage 3. We haven't got every tier, but stage 3 is a further upgrade. So what we have in here is we have a CNC hop unit in here. And you'll notice the wheel here is different to the previous one and the rail. So we'll start with this. So we've got the VSR conversion, so it's no longer a proprietary hop-up, and we've converted it. This is now 0.5 microns of adjustment. We've gone from 30 odd to 105 indents, so now each one of these 0.5 microns is a finer adjustment than the thickness of a red blood cell, which is 0.8. So we now have better adjustment. So we've increased the efficiency, we've now increased the adjustment and the range and the amount of barrels and hot rubbers that we can use. So this here now, I've got it set up. Oh no, my hop's now starting to need a bit of a tweaking, or I've knocked it. You can tighten these grub screws. That will make it harder to adjust, or will lock it off completely. So we've got our ambidextrous mag release, our dual purpose. So not only can we do it like the standard ones there, you can also flick your mag release with your trigger finger or one of the supporting fingers. This has now also got our trigger in. So our trigger comes as a CNC trigger and sears, nitride hardened machine steel sears. They're indestructible. We've gone from 5 pound of force to 1.5 pound of force. That trigger is now as light as it comes. We've got one of our barrels on the outside. Although it doesn't really add anything in improvements, it looks, well, fantastic in my eyes. we've got various styles. We have got the cross-cut, we have got the traditional fluted, and what we've got here in our bag of bits is we've got our spiral kind of fluted machined finish in various patterns and colours. We go to the daddy. This is a H22 that's had our solid state conversion. What that means is that bolt is now a single shot sniper bolt. So in the UK especially, we can increase the power limits. This is a H22 platform still. We're there, cock your rifle like that, you shoot. You cock, you shoot. There's none of the charging handles, moving off target, you're on target every time. Single shot. We have got video evidence using a military spec rangefinder, 3 out of 5 headshots at 87 meters. This thing is one of the best guns out there in this format. But the thing is, you don't have to put all the money in straight away to go to this format. You build it up over stages over time. This is a long-term project. This is obviously, it's all M-lock. We've got everything else on there. Exactly the same as the last one. We've got the adjustments. And we do underlevers for various stocks as well. So you don't just have to have the H22. If you decide you want to put a new stock, you got a new stock. So to show you some of the differences, this is a carry case that we do. So this is our heavyweight bolt. The heavyweight bolt and piston is clearly much heavier than one of these. Even the bolt on its own, it's much heavier. So this is our lightweight version 14 bolt. Your pin drops in, we've got a ball and spring detent, so it's quick release. You can modify it as you need. You want to adjust your pressures, everything else. We've strengthened up all of this area and all of this area where this section here would ping off after so many shots with the original. The problem was, people that were making the aftermarket, they made a version of this, of the original, but just in a CNC process or different material. So it wasn't actually adding any benefits. So we've changed that completely. We've got our piston, our ported dual O-ring piston, so that inflates those O-rings. The air seal on this, we've had customers come back to us with 0.1 FPS variation, but on average you will get around a 3 FPS variation with the setup, which is still fantastic. And I'm only saying that as a disclaimer, so people, the few that don't get such small variations, they still know what they're getting. This is one of our nitride hardened steel sears. You can literally see how sharp the edge is. EDM cut, so that is as accurate as you're going to get. That is what gives us that 1.5 pounds of pull. So we've got barrels, we've got underlevers, and then what we've also got here is our G5. So with the GHK G5, we know that they've got a habit of breaking down here. So what we've got is the Zenith insert. So that just slides in there, drops down. That is now in there supporting all of this. There's a little bit of trimming on the upper to do, and then you put the upper on. At the minute, ignore this for this purpose, but this is one of our stock adapters. We've got 2 of them. We've got one there and one there, but we'll look at that at a later time. So you put your top receiver on, you pick one of these 2. We have got a cap with a standard style sling release or sling mount, and we've also got the QR one. So you get one of these, you put it onto here, or when you've got your receiver on, it drops on there, you drill through there, you screw it. That gun is not going to fall apart anymore. It's not going to snap down here, and even if it has snapped, this holds it all together. We then have various other products for this as well. We've got our charging handles, which flip down and spring back up, and we've got many products in development for the G5. We're also Cerakoting and fibre lasering going forward. This is a Magpul colour, and just to show you an example, it's very, very similar, which we can get all the shades, but at the minute it just shows the finish, the kind of way that fits in, the quality of that finish, and that's what we're going with going forward. We're going to be putting our range, I know it doesn't, not for that part, but you can see the colour. We're going to be bringing out more Cerakote as we go forward. That is very much where we are at the minute. This gun is an amazing platform. Otherwise we wouldn't have done all this with it. It was an amazing platform before ASG did the H22. The KJW version was good, it shot well, it was upgradable, but what these guys have done, especially pairing directly with Hera Arms to get this, and it's not a clone, it's a genuine stock made for this, it's fantastic. It's another level. I don't know any other manufacturer that is going to be going out there and putting this together as a package for an airsofter. It's usually clones or copy, or it's similar, the materials aren't quite the same, they've got that feel, you know what I mean with that, and this is completely different. So if you want a long rifle, whether you're looking at sniping, DMR, anything like that, this is a base. This is the base gun to choose. The reason is, one Allen key and 5 minutes, and I can turn this from a long range sniper into a stubby CQB semi-automatic, but still has some range. So H22, it's the future really if you want to have a long range rifle.